All right. Hi, everyone. I am Dawn Cunningham, and I am a trainer for Nexstar Network. And I have the privilege of coming to you today to give you a little bit of a testimonial from one of my members that I have known, gosh, for a couple years now. He's been in a few of my trainings. We've helped each other through things when he's doing what he does, and I'm gonna leave it to him to let him tell you that. But welcome, Brentson Evans, to my little testimonial segue here. I just want to tell you a little bit about Brent. He is from Keefe's, and they do heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and generators. And he is located in the greater New Orleans area, Louisiana, Harvey specifically. So welcome, Brent, and thank you for your time.
Hi, thank you, Don.
All right, so let's get started. The first question I have for you is, what is your position there at Keefe's, and how long have you been doing it?
Okay, so my position is call center and dispatch manager. I've currently been in the trades for 2.5 years, came in as not knowing anything, and have been with them, going on 2.5 years.
Nice. So you're brand new to the industry when you started at Keefe's.
Brand new to the industry.
Awesome, awesome. And so thinking about that, and if you can even remember in 2.5 years, how many trainings and what classes have you gone to at Nexstar?
Okay, so multiple classes. So I've been to call center manager, dispatch, leadership training, a lot of different ones. I can't think of all the names right now. I know I've been to a few of them multiple times, call center manager twice, because, well, a lot to learn there. So the
Yeah,
first time I picked up a lot of good things. Second time I needed some more.
I got it. You got it. And I think if I remember correctly, it was about a year gap between the two call center managers.
Correct.
Yeah. See, sometimes you got to come back and refresh, right?
100%.
Awesome. Awesome. So it doesn't matter to me if you pick one specific or if it's a generalization, but what are your thoughts or what were your expectations when you were going to training?
So the first one, I didn't really have any idea, which was call center. I was just like, hey, I'm going to training. Let's just see what happens. So by the second one, it was more along the lines of um, my expectation was picking up new ideas and new guidelines on how to run my departments. And I want like best practices.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you. And so with that thought in mind, what was one thing that caught you by surprise at training?
The openness of people wanting to help each other. Actually, like a lot of answers were in the room and everything. So whenever you had a question, it wasn't just like the trainer saying, "Hey, this is the way to do it." It was, "Hey, let's talk to the room. Let's figure out what everybody else is doing and everything."
Awesome. And that's probably one of the biggest benefits. So I'm glad that you got that from the experience you had. With that in mind, and thinking about our founding motto, success through education and sharing, knowing that you had the opportunity to spend so much time with other people, what do you think the biggest benefit was to spending time with people from other companies?
Learning that you're not the only one. Like there's many of people that have questions, need answers, and success stories too. Like, hey, it's not just you by yourself; it's all of us together.
Yeah, that's funny, Brent. I went and had the same experience. Like I remember thinking that there were certain things that were happening in my call center. And when I went to training, I found out that I was not the only one. And there were so many people with the same situations, same experiences, and we really did help. So love that you had that as well. Um, Here's another question for you. So thinking about any class again, anyone that you went to, what do you think your biggest takeaway was?
My biggest takeaway was, well, there's a lot of different ones, but the main one, especially running my department, is book the call. Like book the call. Work with your call center. Get them in the mindset to book the call, because every type of call you try to book could be different. And it's up to certain departments to figure out, hey, how are we going to get these people taken care of?
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And that is exactly what you're supposed to do. So perfect. As you're leaving training, getting on that plane to go back home, what do you think your thoughts or feelings were anytime you left training?
Highly excited to get back and put everything into place.
Yes. Awesome. I love that. And with that, you just segued into the next question. What did you put into action when you got back?
So coming back to Keefe, starting from the very get-go and everything of learning the experience or learning the industry. Of course, it was working with the call center, getting them to understand the importance of booking the call. working with dispatch, making sure that they understand prioritizing, getting us to the right calls and everything. Also, personally, one thing I learned, well, from your class was create a schedule, because in this role, people like to pull you in many different directions. And sometimes you just got to say, hey, throw it on there. I'll see y'all later. Like, we'll meet at that time.
Awesome. And that's worked pretty well for you?
It has.
Awesome. I love that. That was going to be my next question. What was the result of it? But I think you just kind of answered that.
Yep.
You're able to kind of organize your time a little better.
Right. A lot better. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we're down just to the last couple. How have things that you learned impacted you on a personal or professional way?
Let's talk about 5520. So before I came to Nexstar, I knew nothing about 5520. It's such a simple thing to do on a daily basis, and it can get hard sometimes. Like, I fell off doing it and everything, but getting back on it, and the impact it had on me personally was it kind of changed my mindset. I went from not always being the happiest person out there to, hey, I can do this. And it shows a difference to my team on a daily basis, because I'm there to support them. I'm there to build them up, and not just at work, but personally as well with my spouse. It's a big difference. It makes you really open your eyes to see the world at a different angle.
I love that. That's so cool. And thank you for being so vulnerable to share that with us. That's awesome. Last question. What advice would you give any future participant that's about to go to class?
Don't be nervous. Go and ask questions. It's a whole team of experts that can be able to help you out in everything. Someone inside your position, they do the same thing. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask. And like I said at the beginning, answers in the room. Like, they will help guide you to success.
Awesome. Brent, you know how much I appreciate you. We've known each other a couple of years, but I really appreciate you extra today for taking just this few minutes to answer some questions, put your heart out there for it, and just share with others what it is that you've experienced, what you're continuing to experience. And I know your time is busy with the heat in Louisiana, so I'm not going to take any more of your time today.
Okay. Hey, Don, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate you. Have a great weekend and holiday too.
You too.